Hey, what's up guys? My name is Spec and today I want to be telling you how to develop your brand as a streamer. I've had the pleasure of working with over 200 streamers developing their emotes and graphics, and creating visuals is definitely my passion. But creating a brand is so much more than just the visual aspect of it, and today I'm going to tell you how to create it from the ground up to make a statement. The first step of developing your brand is knowing who you are and who your target audience is. You want a clear, cohesive identity on all platforms, and that starts with your username. I've had the same name online for over 10 years now, and even though that means that some of my old art pops up when you search for me, people have had no issue finding my content. Ideally, you want to have the exact same name on all platforms, but if you have to change it up a little bit, make it as small of a change as possible, because it still needs to be searchable. The only social media that my name is slightly different is Instagram, and that's because I used to have an account under the name Spectissa, I deleted it, and Instagram still thinks it's a taken username, so I added a little underscore at the end of my name so it's still searchable and recognizable as me, but Instagram still accepts it. Next is knowing your audience. In almost every stream tips video, you're going to have people talking about your niche or your target audience. This is also very important with branding because you want to market directly to them. Different audiences are going to be attracted to different aesthetics, and you want to make sure that your aesthetic is recognizable to those people. More viewers of that genre are going to be drawn to your content if the visuals and the cues are more recognizable. Your genre can either be the type of games you play, the type of streamer you're wanting to be, or just a theme that you're wanting to follow. My friend Indie Alpaca is an excellent example of this. Indie is a bubbly streamer who adores retro and indie games, and this is obviously apparent in their visuals. Bright colors and 8-bit illustrations are used throughout their social media, and this playful vibe is consistent throughout their content. New viewers can tell at a glance what the streamer is about and what to expect from their content. During this step, consider the type of content that you're wanting to make. Do you play a lot of shooter games? Do you play RPGs? Or do you just really like pizza and that's going to be your thing? Try to describe your aesthetic in 5 keywords or less. Mine would probably be dark gothic fantasy. Now that you have your theme, think of icons associated with it. Keep in mind how you're wanting to represent yourself. If you're leaning towards having a mascot or a persona on stream, they can work as an icon for you. These icons are going to be sprinkled throughout your social media. It can be in your stream overlays, in your banners, in your Twitch panels, and it's going to make your brand more recognizable, and it'll reinforce your main theme. Some of my icons are daggers, my elf ears, my crown, pretty much anything medieval. That's what I try to go for. Don't think too hard about it. Add in things that you enjoy and that you want everywhere on your content. This is also where you're going to think about what your emotes look like. If you're wanting to have a persona or a mascot, they can be represented in your emotes, and they can also work as an icon, but if you don't want to have one of those, it's totally okay. You can be your emotes because at the end of the day, you are your brand. So now that we have our theme fleshed out, we need to tie everything together and make it look professional, and that is where color comes in. Think of colors associated with your theme or colors that you just want throughout your content. This is arguably the most important step of branding because colors can convey so much about a brand. Find a palette that you like and save the hex codes. A really cool site that you can check out is coolers.co or colors.co, I'm not totally sure how you would pronounce this. You can generate random color palettes, and when you see a color that you like, you can lock it in. You can now generate more colors based around that one. Keep logging in colors until you have a palette that you're happy with. You can also upload images to get a color palette pulled from it, and it's always okay to take inspiration from what you see around you. Indie Alpaca actually said that they developed their branding based off of Baja Blast Mountain Dew, so it can be whatever you like. If you need to tweak the color slightly, you can in these settings. When you're done, you can save your palette. Keeping track of these hex codes is super important. They can be used on various social media to customize your channel, and you can always ensure that you have the exact same tone when developing new visuals. Font is an often overlooked detail of branding, but it's so important when developing graphics with text. There are hundreds of fonts to choose from, and most you can download for free. I use FontsGeek and ShareFonts. You can search by genre or font name. To help simplify your choice, ask if you want a classic or modern aesthetic. Serif text is generally used when developing more traditional graphics, and sans serif for a more modern look. A serif is the little foot that's at the bottom of some letters. When in doubt, choose a sans serif or no serif because it's generally recognized as a more professional font. I would pick 2, maybe 3 fonts to use throughout your branding. I personally use Copperplate Gothic Bold and Futura Light. I occasionally branch out for special graphics, but for the most part on my social media, website, business cards, I stick with these 2. So you now have your theme, icons, colors, and fonts. Let's put it all together. I created a guide for you that you can fill out to see the big picture of your brand. You can download it on my website. One important thing to keep in mind is that your brand is going to change with you. You're going to grow, your community is going to grow, and your brand is naturally going to evolve. Totally okay. Change up different elements as you see fit, and don't be scared to ask your community for help. I have a suggestions channel in my Discord where I can always get feedback from my community. Some of my best emote and graphics ideas have come from my community. I've gone through massive rebrands in the past, and it's changed a lot, so don't be afraid to make really drastic changes, but the longer you stream, the smaller these changes are going to be as you settle into your brand. Massive thank you to my supporters over on Patreon. Thanks to you, I'm able to continue to make content. This is a bit of a newer series that I'm trying to make, and it'll be coming out every Tuesday. So if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to hang out with me in the guild on Twitch, I stream 3 times a week. All the links will be in the bio. Thanks for hanging out, and see you next week, guys. Bye!